Everything you're about to see was captured accidentally, but when you look closer, reality appears to break.
So this is in the sky?
Numbers change, people freeze, objects hover, and time seems to loop. So let's watch unbelievable moments with literally no explanation.
Sun, this one is sun. Same time, 2 times sun.
So, on this quiet street in Vietnam, things got really weird. The lights started flickering, and it didn't feel normal at all. Watching it, you get this creepy feeling like the person filming was stuck in a loop or something. It's hard to tell if it's just a glitch, or maybe the start of something completely otherworldly, but it will definitely gives you chills. Jersey number glitch. From the stands, everything seemed ordinary as a fan filmed his favorite player celebrating a big win. The player sprinted across the field, soaking in the moment. But when the footage was replayed, a strange detail appeared. The jersey number clearly showed 18, then shifted to 21 within seconds, without any break in the recording. No edits, no zoom. No interruption. The clip spread quickly because the change happened in plain sight, right in the middle of a real celebration. Floating light bridge.
So this is in the sky?
Late at night on May 3rd, 2024, a woman in Fairfax, Virginia paused just before entering her home and glanced up. Hanging in the dark sky was an odd formation of light and shadow. 3 straight lines stretched across the sky, with the center line noticeably wider than the others. From the ground, it resembled a dark pathway or a floating bridge that didn't belong there. The shape stayed visible long enough to be recorded, yet no clear source was seen. With no clouds or aircraft nearby, the site raised quiet questions that still don't have clear answers.
It's just there. I don't know what. I'm trying to block the light.
Girl appears suddenly. At first, it looked like a normal security clip showing a man walking along the road without noticing anything unusual. Then, in a split second, a girl appeared from beneath the road, as if she had come out of thin air. The movement was sudden and almost unnatural, causing the man to react as the figure jumped upward. Viewers were left debating whether this was clever editing or something the camera wasn't supposed to catch. Suspended helicopter mystery. While stopped at a red light on a clear, bright day, a man looked up and noticed something odd above his car. A helicopter appeared to be floating in the sky, but its blades weren't moving at all. It just stayed there, suspended in place. After a few seconds, the blades slowly began to move, almost like they were lagging or struggling to start. Even then, the motion seemed too weak to explain how it was staying airborne. If the blades weren't spinning properly, what was actually keeping it in the air? Skateboard through pole. What started as a normal skate clip quickly turned strange. A man on a skateboard attempted a trick by jumping onto a pole near a bridge. As he lifted off, everything looked normal for a split second. But when the skateboard came down, it passed straight through the pole, as if the solid object wasn't there at all. The pole stayed still, and the skateboard kept moving. Was this some kind of visual glitch? Or did reality briefly fail right there? Invisible bicycle rider. During a casual bike ride, 2 people were being recorded moving down the road. Everything looked normal at first, until the camera focused on the second rider. He appeared to be moving forward with no bicycle under him at all. His feet moved like he was pedaling, and his hands stayed in riding position, yet the bike itself was completely missing. How could something so clear make reality feel questionable? Skateboard slides, weirdly. At first, the footage looked like a normal skate clip filmed on the street. A skateboarder tried a simple trick, but the board suddenly slipped away from his feet. Instead of stopping, it rolled straight ahead on its own. At the exact moment 2 girls walked side by side, the skateboard slid cleanly between their legs. Neither of them reacted or even noticed it pass. The timing was so precise, it felt unnatural, almost as if the board was guided, turning a small mistake into something hard to explain. Floating sky buildings. At first glance, this looks impossible. A man films the ocean, and suddenly there are buildings floating in the sky, lined up above the water like they belong there. Not clouds, actual structures, spaced out, sitting midair. The camera keeps rolling, and the more you look, the less it makes sense. How do buildings end up in the sky like that? No clear answers, no context, just a view that feels completely broken. If you've ever joked about a glitch in the Matrix, this video makes it feel uncomfortably real. 7 Suns, China. In China, residents were left staring skyward after spotting something unbelievable. 7 bright suns glowing across the horizon at the same time. The lights were perfectly aligned, shining so vividly that it seemed completely unreal. People scrambled to record the phenomenon, questioning whether it was a rare weather effect, an optical illusion, or something far stranger. Bent man unnatural. While walking alone late at night, a man stumbled upon a scene that immediately felt wrong. On the side of the road, another man was bent backward in an unnatural arch, wedged between a car door and the seat. His eyes were rolled back, making it seem like he had lost all control of his body. The whole moment carried an eerie, almost otherworldly vibe. Every movement, or lack of it, made the scene feel impossible. Gravity-defying fish. As he cleaned his aquarium, something strange caught the man's eye. He drained some water, expecting the fish to swim down with it, but it didn't. The creature floated near the top as if the tank were still full, moving its fins effortlessly and turning around like nothing was wrong. The sight looked ordinary at first glance, yet there was barely any water. People watching the clip were left baffled, questioning whether the fish was ignoring gravity or if the world itself was bending in that moment. Fading pelican glitch. While filming near the water in Destin, Florida, a curious scene caught everyone's eye. A pelican sat calmly on the shore, but soon its body began to fade in an odd way, almost merging with the air around it. The sight felt unnatural, like a glitch in a video game, rather than something from real life. People couldn't stop rewinding the footage, attempting to figure out what had just happened. Whatever the cause, the bird created a moment that seemed to step just outside the rules of everyday reality. Double sun glitch.
Sun, this one is sun. Same time.
A man had been recording from his apartment window, just capturing the scenery, when something strange happened. Suddenly, there were 2 suns visible in the sky, one on one side and the other on the opposite side. He kept filming, stunned, trying to figure out what he was seeing. Nothing about the scene made sense. Angles, reflections, everything seemed wrong. The footage ended with no explanation, leaving viewers to wonder if it was a glitch in reality or something entirely unexplainable.
Glitch in the matrix.
Frozen horses glitch. Stepping outside during a rain shower, a woman was met with a scene that felt completely off. All of her horses were standing in the field without moving at all. The rain kept falling, and the wind continued to blow. Yet none of the horses reacted in any way. No heads turned, no tails swayed, and no legs shifted. She recorded the moment as it happened, and the clip quickly spread online, with many people saying it looked like time had paused just for them.
This is so weird, you guys.
Invisible mirror lipstick. During a quiet bus ride, a girl lifted her hand and began applying lipstick with calm focus. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but her movements soon felt strange. She adjusted each stroke as if she were looking into a mirror, lining everything up perfectly. The odd part was that there was no mirror anywhere in front of her. She repeated the same motions again and again, precise and confident, like she was following an invisible reflection. The scene felt slightly off, as if something unseen was guiding her actions. Hovering, rotating branch.
Moving in the air.
While driving through heavy fog during a delivery run, a TikToker noticed something strange along the road. Behind a lone tree, what looked like a tree branch appeared to be suspended in midair. It wasn't connected to the tree or touching the ground. As they slowed down, the branch could be seen slowly rotating on its own. When they drove past and looked back, the rotation had stopped. How could something like this just hang there and move on its own?
Around that, from where that car is sitting.
Looping car sequence. A man shared a video online after witnessing behavior that didn't make sense to him. A woman stepped out of her car, walked to the front, then climbed into the passenger seat. Moments later, she came out again, went around the back, got into the driver's seat, and drove a short loop. She returned to the same spot and repeated the exact sequence. This pattern happened 3 times without any change. No signs of confusion, no interaction with anyone nearby. Watching the same actions replay so precisely made the moment feel unsettling and hard to explain. Frozen mid-step. While sitting in his car, a man noticed someone on the street who immediately caught his attention. The person stood in an unnatural position, 1 foot in front of the other, frozen mid-step. His face didn't move, his body leaned forward, and even the bag in his hand seemed stuck in place. Seconds passed, yet nothing changed. It wasn't just stillness. It was as if time itself had paused around him, leaving the scene eerily motionless in the middle of an otherwise normal street. Vanishing driveway car.
See that car out there? There's a white car parked right there, okay?
Inside his house, a man noticed something that didn't add up at all. From the window in his room, a white car was clearly parked in the driveway right in front of the house. But when he stepped into the next room and looked out a window facing the same direction, the car was gone. The driveway looked empty, with no sign it had ever been there. Both windows showed the same angle, yet the scene kept changing depending on where he stood.
It should be parked right there.
Stationary hovering plane. As a family drove beneath a bridge, something in the sky ahead made them slow down. A large plane appeared to be hovering directly above the bridge, completely still. It wasn't moving forward, upward, or sideways. Cars continued passing below while the aircraft remained suspended in the air. The footage feels unsettling because nothing around it suggests why the plane wasn't moving at all. Selective rain spots. While walking down the street, a man noticed something that felt oddly precise. Rain was falling on just one small patch of road, while everything around it stayed completely dry. There were no clouds moving overhead, and no drizzle nearby. Only that single wet spot. A few days later, in the same city, another clip showed rain falling on just one parked car in a lot, leaving all the others untouched. In both moments, the rain seemed carefully contained, limited to one exact area with no clear reason behind it. Could there be a reason this rain only appears in such perfectly limited spots? Dog passes barrier. While recording a normal play session with his dog, a man caught something that didn't make sense. As the dog chased a ball down the hallway, it went straight through the dog gate, as if the solid barrier wasn't there at all. The gate stayed perfectly in place, yet the dog slipped through without slowing or hesitating. People replayed it over and over, trying to figure out what had happened. For a brief moment, it felt like reality itself had bent in the simplest way. Suspended airplane sight. While flying over Las Vegas, a passenger looked out the window and noticed something that didn't feel right. Another plane appeared directly above theirs, suspended in the air without any visible movement. It stayed locked in the same position as their own aircraft continued forward. There is no possible explanation for this one. Golden Cliff Door. So this aerial shot takes us over a canyon, and then, boom, something completely unexpected appears. There's a golden door, perfectly carved, right in the middle of a cliff. A door just hanging there with nothing around it. It almost looks like the canyon glitched or someone dropped it from another world. The footage makes you question reality, because honestly, how does something like this even exist up there? It's one of those finds that just doesn't make sense. Endless neighborhood loop.
Y'all think I'm gonna get stuck? I'm gonna get stuck in a loop? Hold on, look.
This guy posted a video online that's honestly kind of mind-bending. He's driving through a neighborhood, but as he keeps going, something really weird happens. Every single house looks exactly the same. Streets, corners, even the trees. It's like he's trapped in some kind of endless loop. He keeps saying it in the video, and you can almost feel the frustration.
And this is never in the loop. Why the everything the same, yo? Look, chat, I'm not tripping, look.
It's like reality itself glitched, and he's the only one caught in it. Hovering glitch bird. Check out this bird. Look at it just hovering there. It's flapping its wings, but barely moving forward. For a moment, it's like time froze for the bird, and it glitched midair. There is now a scientific explanation stating that this happens when the bird's wings and the wind collide, meaning they are moving in opposite directions. But the people are persistent. It was a glitch in the Matrix. Why? This next video will explain it to you. Frozen park crowd. While driving past a park, this man noticed something that instantly felt off. People were standing near the trees, not walking, not talking, just frozen in place. As he looked further, he saw even more people across the park, all standing perfectly still. No movement at all. It felt like time had paused for everyone except him. The video doesn't explain if it was a prank or something planned, but watching it feels unsettling. The whole scene looks like a loop or a glitch, and honestly, it leaves you wondering what you would have done in his place. Bridesmaid dress glitch. Scrolling through TikTok, this woman shared a clip that instantly made people pause. A group of bridesmaids are filming a fun wedding video, walking past the camera one by one. At the start, the bride's dress clearly has a split down the leg. But then something strange happens. When the bride steps fully into frame, the split is suddenly gone, like it never existed. No cut, no edit, no warning. The dress looks completely different. Watching it back feels confusing, almost unreal. Did the dress change, or did the video itself glitch at the perfect moment? Let me know, what do you think about it? Strawberry faucet glitch. At first, this clip just feels confusing. A woman records her kitchen sink after washing strawberries, and that's when things get strange. Every time she taps the strawberries, the faucet turns on by itself. When she stops, the water stops too. No hand on the tap, no visible trigger, just this odd connection between fruit and water. Watching it happen over and over makes it feel unreal. Is it a coincidence, a trick, or something glitching out completely? Moments like this really make you question how unstable reality actually is. Two-headed deer. The clip showed a man filming a deer standing still near a tree on a road beside a park. At first glance, the animal looked wrong because it appeared to have one body but two clear heads, both facing forward. It didn't look like an angle trick or two animals overlapping. The camera stayed steady as the deer began to move. That's when the strange part happened. As it walked, the second head vanished, leaving just one normal deer. The moment felt off, and the video ended without any explanation. Shrinking our mystery. While testing the distance to a wall, a man noticed something completely bizarre. He touched the wall with his hand, then rubbed his elbow and returned to try again. But this time, his hand couldn't reach it. Suddenly, it was as if his arm had shrunk. The camera angle stayed the same, and nothing around him had changed. Could reality itself have glitched, or was something else at play here? Midair frozen bird. Something really strange happened on this road. These friends were filming when a bird just froze midair. No strings, no wires, nothing holding it up. It was like the bird got stuck in some kind of loop. Authorities came after several reports and even tried nudging it with a stick, hoping it would snap out of it. For a few minutes, it just hovered there, completely glitching. Watching it, you can't help but wonder if you're seeing a natural moment or something that doesn't belong. Backward walking girl. A man was driving along a road lined with houses when he noticed something strange. A girl appeared ahead, walking backwards at a slow, steady pace. He kept recording, trying to understand what he was seeing. Could this really have been a glitch in reality, or was there some other explanation for her backward walk? Leaf becomes butterfly. Out of simple curiosity, a man reached down during his walk and picked up what looked like an ordinary leaf. As he lifted it toward the sunlight, the shape didn't stay the same. In a quick moment, the leaf transformed into a real butterfly. Its wings opened and it flew off almost immediately. The camera kept rolling the entire time, with no clear break or trick. How could something so simple turn into something alive right in front of him? Flight time loop. A man on a flight in China shared a disturbing claim after landing. He said he felt trapped in a repeating loop, convinced the final outcome would always be the plane crashing. According to him, the same moments kept playing out, building a sense of panic he couldn't shake. Other passengers didn't notice anything unusual, and the flight itself ended normally. What makes the story unsettling is how real the experience felt to him, even though nothing visible matched what he described. Sliding car mystery. Something about this footage immediately felt wrong the moment it began. A car was seen driving down a normal road, but instead of moving straight, it slowly slid across the street at a diagonal angle. The wheels appeared to be turning the way they should, yet the body of the car didn't follow them. People watching couldn't understand how that movement was even possible. Identical bus passengers. What began as an ordinary bus ride slowly turned unsettling. A man filming inside noticed an elderly passenger sitting calmly by the window. Moments later, something odd stood out. On the opposite side of the same row, another man sat in the exact same position. Their faces, clothes, and posture looked identical, like a perfect copy. Both stared out of their windows as the bus moved along. Other passengers noticed it too, unsure how two people could look so completely alike in the same space. Seasons collide home. A man was filming around his house when he captured something completely surreal. Looking out the front door, sunlight poured in, casting a warm glow across the yard. But when he turned to the back window, the scene was entirely different. Snow fell heavily, covering the ground in white. The contrast was shocking, like two seasons were happening at the same time in one place. The footage showed no edits, leaving an eerie feeling, as if stepping from one reality straight into another within a single home. Child appears instantly. While filming the marathon, the camera focused on a runner making her way through the crowd. Everything looked normal until, out of nowhere, a child in a red jacket appeared right behind her. Seconds before, there had been no sign of him, and it wasn't like he had come in from the side. He just seemed to materialize. The clip captured the moment perfectly, leaving viewers shocked at how reality could shift so suddenly in such an ordinary scene. Duplicate pool woman. During a swimming match, a mother stood by the pool, cheering for her son like any proud parent. But when the camera shifted across the crowd, something strange appeared. Another woman was sitting nearby, and she looked exactly like the first. Same face, same hairstyle, same outfit. The resemblance was uncanny, as if the first woman had been perfectly duplicated. People watching couldn't believe it, wondering whether it was a hidden twin, a trick of perspective, or something far more unusual happening in that moment. Nail fragment mystery. A girl picked up her phone to film after noticing what looked like a small, broken piece of her nail. At first, it seemed normal, just a tiny chip she assumed had come off. But when she showed her hand to the camera, all her nails were completely intact, without a single crack or flaw. The piece in her hand matched her nail perfectly, as if it had just separated from her finger. The moment left her, and everyone watching, completely baffled. If none of her nails were damaged, where had that fragment come from? duplicate ring shock. While cleaning the bathroom, a woman noticed something shiny resting on the sink. It was a ring, and at first she assumed it must have slipped off her hand. Then she looked down and realized she was already wearing the exact same ring. Confused, she picked it up and compared them closely. The size, design, and shine all matched perfectly. Even in the mirror, both rings appeared clearly. The moment felt wrong, like something had duplicated without warning, leaving no clear explanation. Frozen plane banner. While people were outside, their attention was drawn upward by something strange in the sky. A small plane appeared, towing a banner, but neither seemed to move at all. The clouds kept drifting, and the world below carried on normally. Yet the plane and banner stayed frozen for several seconds. Phones and cameras went up instantly, trying to capture the impossible scene. It was one of those rare moments that made everyone question whether they were really seeing what they thought. Headless woman mystery. At a busy station, a group of friends spotted something that immediately felt off. In the distance stood a figure that looked like an older woman carrying luggage, but there was no head. She moved like any other person, yet her head seemed completely missing. The friends quickly grabbed their phones, recording the bizarre sight in disbelief. It was hard to tell if the camera had glitched, but seeing it with their own eyes made the moment feel undeniably strange. Glowing ice spiral.
It's not a rock.
So during this Arctic trip, these explorers came across something really weird in the ice. There was this spiral carved into the frozen ground, glowing purple, and it wasn't steady. It kind of flickered, like a glitch on a screen. Everything around it was completely still, but the spiral just kept pulsing, almost like it was alive. The footage makes it look like a tiny portal, like something from another world. Upright onion mystery.
Einmal kurz darüber reden, wie...
In what should have been a simple kitchen moment, something odd happened. As the man sliced an onion, one half stayed standing straight on the cutting board, defying every expectation. He poked and tapped it lightly, yet it refused to fall or roll, holding its impossible balance. People watching couldn't believe their eyes, marveling at how such a small thing could feel so uncanny. That stubbornly upright onion transformed a regular cooking clip into a strangely mesmerizing scene. Floating rock wonder. One ordinary afternoon turned strangely captivating when a man picked up a massive rock and tossed it into a pond. Instead of plunging to the bottom like any normal stone, it bobbed right back to the surface. It wasn't light or porous, nothing about it suggested it should float, yet there it was, defying expectations. People watching couldn't stop replaying the moment, caught between disbelief and fascination. That single floating rock made a simple pond feel like a place full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Dogs hang suspended. In this unusual pet video, two dogs leap into the air, but something looks completely off. Instead of landing, they seem to hang mid-jump, their legs frozen, as if caught in a single frame. Meanwhile, the background continues moving normally, making the scene feel impossible. The camera shows no cuts or edits, leaving the moment raw and unsettling. Was it just a trick of timing, or did reality itself pause for a split second right there? And now, let's move on to the subscriber's pick.
Ooh, that's funky. What is going... Ooh.
During a live Fox 9 weather broadcast, Jennifer McDermott encountered something completely unexpected. The graphics behind her began repeating and multiplying, creating a ripple effect that made it look like she was moving through several layers of herself. Viewers immediately noticed, sparking debates online. Was it just a technical glitch, or something far stranger happening in real time? Watching her continue naturally amid the distorted visuals, it almost felt like the digital world had momentarily taken over the real one, leaving a surreal impression on everyone watching live. With that, see you next time.
Oh man! Do you guys want one Jennifer or two Jennifers?
Fourth face pond. At first glance, this video feels harmless and carefree. A trio of girls stand waist deep in a pond, laughing as they dunk their hair into the water and flip it back in sync. Nothing seems out of the ordinary until they all lift their heads at the same time. In that split second, a fourth face suddenly shows up among them. Viewers replay the clip frame by frame, yet no one could trace when she entered or where she went. She appears briefly, then disappears without a trace.